the subway. Yesterday said, now that I'm gray, no one cares what I have to say. Back in my prime, I fought hard for what's right. Kids these days are too afraid. Well, yes, I started a revolution with my own hands. Wasn't blinded by illusion. I took a stand, yes, I started a revolution. Did not back down, it was time to demand. On my way home, I felt changed and a little crazy. When you realize life's a game, you're not the same. The world's a con if you're raised poor and want something more, are born in a certain place and have a certain face. Yes, I'll start in a revolution with my own hands. Won't be blinded by illusion. I'll take a stand. Yes, I'll start in a revolution. I won't back down. It's time to demand. Oh, the folks in power, they tell us not to worry, but their definition of truth is worthy of fury. It's their casual relationship with honesty that burns in me. Let's not believe anymore of their stories. Yes, we're starting a revolution with our own hands. Won't be blinded by illusion. We'll take a stand. Yes, we're starting a revolution. We won't back down. It's time to demand. Yeah, it's time to demand. Whoa. There will be resistance, and there will be the other side. But I believe in our persistence, yeah. Believe it with my life. Go till there's nothing more to offer, nothing more to give. Let's leave nothing left to long for, nothing left to forgive. Yes, we're starting a revolution with our own hands. Won't be blinded by illusion. We'll take a stand. Yes, we're starting a revolution. We won't back down. It's time to demand. It's time to demand. Yeah. Yes, it's time.
Kristen, for setting us up for the show. So we're going to hear more from you later. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And welcome to everybody joining us tonight. New friends, returning friends to our new and improved season of Brave Troubadours. I'm your host and Executive Director of Music to Life, Liz Stuckey-Sunday. As many of you know, Music to Life was founded by me and my dad, Noel Paul Stuckey of the 60s folk trio Peter, Paul, and Mary, to support the work of musician change agents around the country. And working behind the scenes tonight is our amazing team, Esme Cole, producer, and Randy Harrett, our marketing coordinator and comments manager. And this episode of Brave Troubadours has support from the ASCAP Foundation and you, our amazing viewers who are watching us on YouTube and Twitch, as well as Facebook. We rely on your continued support to produce these shows. So thank you for your donations and tips. And we'd love to get some quick demographic info from you tonight. So if you click on the 1-minute survey link in the comments bar, we would appreciate it. Any feedback on the show, just get in touch in the comments box or via our website. And thank you for all the ways you help make Brave Troubadours the best show it can be. So we're just about ready for the music. I want to make a quick point about tonight's theme and the importance of supporting our youth. Recently, several child advocacy and health groups have just declared a national emergency in children's mental health. Obviously, COVID plays a role in this. And then, of course, we already have existing challenges in their lives like depression and anxiety and trauma. And so the artists you're going to meet today are really striving to be part of the solution. They're striving to build healthier communities for our kids, and they're working with them so closely and so just courageously. So I know you're going to be inspired tonight. And we're going to start heading into our first artist set with Lauren Adams. Lauren, hello.
Can you all see me and hear me well?
We can see you and hear you.
Questions you have to ask when you do a virtual performance. It is so wonderful to be here. Thank you so much, Liz.
Yeah.
The ASCAP Foundation, and all of you for coming and supporting just our youth and centering them. I think that's vital for where we're headed for the future, for sure.
Yeah, and remind me where you are. You're West Coast, right?
Yes, I'm on the West Coast. I am in the Bay Area, Oakland, California, to be exact. But I am from San Francisco, California. It's still go Giants for me. It's still go Giants. But yes, I'm in the Bay Area, I think one of the hubs of social justice and social change.
Absolutely.
Excited to be here on occupied Ohlone territory. We want to do some land acknowledgement where I'm standing. And so just honored to be here with you all tonight to share art and space. So thank you.
Well, we are excited to give you 15 minutes to take it away. And we're going to get to know you and your music and your work with the youth of your community. So the stage is yours, Lauren. Welcome.
Thank you so much, Liz. So gracious. Well, my name is Lauren Adams. I go by Lauren. Is a reminder to always show up authentically as myself. And I am a musician, artist, creative, educator, producer, songwriter, singer, all of the things. Any way that I can express myself through art, I'm always available and willing to do that. But my favorite of those hats, if you will, is being an educator. I love to share knowledge, share wisdom, ancestral knowledge and wisdom with our young people. They are very aware of what's happening around us. I hear it all the time when I'm teaching about what they are seeing and what they are feeling about what's going on in our world and what they are internalizing. And I love that we're focusing a little bit on mental health and how youth are really struggling with that right now. And it's important that they have safe spaces for them to talk about what it is that they're experiencing, whatever it is, but feeling safe enough to release some of that. So that they can find joy in whatever it is that they love to do. And so I try to be an advocate for our youth as much as I can, a mentor, if you will, but just someone that youth can come and talk to about what it is that they're doing, in particular with their creativity and how it is so useful to bringing revolution, as Kristen sang earlier, bringing revolution to our world in a way that is healing for all of us. And make sure that we all have exactly what we need, including what we need for our mental health. So the first song a visual that I want to show you all is a song called Helicopter, which talks about the policing that I know our young people face. We do as adults, depending on what neighborhood you are in, you might find more policing than what needs to be. And this song in particular talks about how Black people in particular, we feel this sense of paranoia, always being watched, always being policed. And we know that historically why that is, and how, since we're talking about mental health, just how that can get into your psyche, your daily psyche, right? What you daily think about yourself and where you think about going in the world, right? But if you know you're being watched and policed every single second because someone thinks you're going to do something simply because of the way you look, the way you dress, the way you walk, the way you talk, the way you present, it can take a lot. And so I think my group, I'm 1/4 of the group called Soul Development. We're all educators, and we believe that there's not enough darkness in the world to put out the light of one candle. So never be afraid to let your light shine. And this song gave us an opportunity to shine some light on the paranoia that we experience. So here it is, Helicopter, written by me.
teachers, preachers, knowledge seekers, lawyers, doctors. They tell you lock your doors, your stores, and hide your sons and daughters. But we are here to bring the truth with that they have a problem. And we running from helicopters, helicopters. And we running from helicopters, in helicopters. And we running from helicopters, helicopters. And we running from helicopters.
Yo, picture me rolling in a slave ship that was stolen. To my homeland I am going, leaving land that was stolen. This freedom ain't no freedom and you know it. And cops will pull the trigger in the moment. You just another nigga in that moment. You got to be a victim in the moment. Hashtag with your picture in the moment. The moment that the athletes say that Black Lives Matter, Twitter quick to call a nigga in that moment. This shit is for real. Too late to be safe, so I say what I feel. Too hurt to be fake, so I say what is real. You cannot relate to what black people feel, cause you don't understand that don't make it less real. Too stuck in your head when your heart needs to feel. This pain that we carry is real. Pressure is building for real. This ain't no movie or real. This pressure will kill.
Helicopter, helicopter over my head. I see them lights, they flashing blue and then red. They chase us down the street and they shooting us dead. Cause they don't understand that we are more than they said, more than they said. And we running from helicopters, helicopters. And we running from helicopters, in helicopters. And we running from helicopters, helicopters. And we running from helicopters.
Shit, I'm tired of ducking from them helicopters. I know they plotting, trying to bomb us while the world watching. Be more than Ferguson, them devils ain't got shit to prove. 1985, Philly dropped the bomb on move. If you running and they gunning, better know the rules. Same route, same nuke, same strange fruit. Same clan, same bad, same aim to. Feel you, then they frame you. Kill you, then they blame you. Whoa, gotta watch out for the blames too. My prayers go to Syria, we say your names too. Cause the same hate that we've been facing is the same hate that bombed their nation, but they don't hear me though. Show me a place where it's safe for our kids to grow. The cop shot to me right at 11 years old. And I'm not saying it's the same thing, I just understand the trauma that the pain brings. Peace, K?
Exactly.
Helicopter, helicopter over my head. I see them lights, they flashing blue and that red. They chase us down the street and they shooting us dead. Cause they don't understand that we are more than they said, more than they said. More than the fear that you carry. We are more than the black lives you bury. We are more than anything you could dream, which is probably the reason why these helicopters chasing me.
No, eastbound traffic yet.
Well, that was Helicopter. I always tell folks when you watch that one, take a deep breath and release it because there's a lot of information there. You did get to see some young people that we work with. The young man in the beginning is actually the older brother of one of our students, Malik. And we wanted to incorporate young people into this as much as possible and really into what I do because they are absolutely a part of this conversation. They are experiencing the same things that we are experiencing, and they deserve to have some voice and agency in the direction in which we are headed in terms of liberation and freedom for all people. If you notice in the video, there was the dancer that had the tribal attire, but the faces that you saw were people who were killed by police. And if you notice, there were adults, there were children, there were teenagers, there were elderly people. And so this is an intergenerational conversation. So I'm glad that we're all here to do this. There's a song that comes after that on our album, and it's called She Complied. And one of the faces on there was Sandra Bland. And we know that even when our young people comply and we tell them just don't say anything or just sit quietly, don't go in your pocket, don't reach for this, don't reach for that. And yet and still we find so many different tragedies that happen. And so I want to do this medley, if you will, the song called She Complied, followed by a song called Her Pain. So hopefully you all enjoy this one. Listen. He complied and she complied, and then they killed him and then they lied and let him buy and let her buy. Tell me why, oh tell me why they killed my brother, my sister, my mother, killed my father and his grandfather. God our Father in the big blue sky, here I cry. Oh, here I cry. Here I cry. Here I cry. Won't you hear I cry? Here I cry. God our Father in the big blue sky. Here I cry, God our Father, in the big blue sky. Here I cry, God our Father, in the big blue sky. And this one is Her Pain. The song says, tragedies are commonplace. There are all kinds of diseases. People are slipping away. The economy is down and people aren't getting enough pay. But as for me and mine, all we can say is, I don't know why you keep blessing me. 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 I don't know why, I don't know why, I don't know why. I don't know why you keep blessing me. I don't know why you keep blessing me. I don't know why you keep blessing me. I don't know why, but I know that it could have been me. Could have been me outdoors. It could have been me with no food. It could have been me with no clothes. I could have been all alone without a friend. I could be just another number with a tragic end. But you didn't see fit for those things to be for me. So every day by your power, you keep on blessing me. And I say, I don't know why you keep blessing me. 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 I don't know why, I don't know why, I don't know why. I don't know why you keep blessing me. I don't know why you keep on blessing me. So I just open with gratitude and say, oh, 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 keep blessing me. Now I know why you keep blessing me. Now I know why, now I know why, now I know why. Now I know why you keep blessing me. So I can be a blessing to you. So I can be a blessing to you, 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 and you, and you, and you, and you. So I can be a blessing to you, and you, and you, and you, you, and you, and you, and you, and even you. Yes, even you. And now I know why. And now we know why. Now we know why. So I can be a blessing to you. So this is why I do this with young people. I want to be a blessing to them. I want to show them that it's possible to talk about the ills of this world, the aches and pains of our hearts and minds, and put it down on paper, on wax, on canvas, on whatever we want to do to express ourselves, so that we can shine some light on some of this darkness in the world and bring a little bit more love. Can we do that together, y'all? Can we? I think we can. I think we can. I think my time is up, but if not, we have one more. I think we can.
Oh, you're amazing. You're amazing. We are at time. We have to move on.
No worries. So glad I
um,
get to share with you all. So glad. Thank you for having me. I hope you all received. I hope your hearts are open to really pouring into our youth and pouring into folks like us who are there every day trying to make it better for our youth, make it easier for them to get through this world. So thank you for having me.
As I always do, Lauren, I encourage our audience to express their appreciation. So audience out there, please give what you can. Click on the tip jar, the donation link in the comments. We've also got a QR code you can scan. You have to be on full screen to do this, but it's just, your support of these frontline artists means so much. And I think we have, thank you. So please stay backstage, enjoy the show, and
I'm excited to see more.
We'll see you later. And now we're going to switch over into a quick video on Music to Life from my dad and co-founder, Noel Paul Stuckey.
The 60s, in terms of its potential to galvanize people, seemed so much easier because the issues were so clear, not so diffracted. Nowadays, the issues are so diverse and so competitive almost for your attention that, thank goodness, we have a raft of young singers and songwriters who are addressing each one of these, sometimes in their own communities, whether it's teenage suicide, whether it's homelessness, whether it's whether it's the environmental issue. There's something that happens to an audience, even if it's only 6, 10, 12 people, who, because of music, understand the situation in their hearts and emotionally as a group of people who laugh together or sing together, share a deeper opportunity to be concerned. It's often been said, and I believe, that music unlocks the heart so that the mind can learn. I have a great deal of hope for the future of activist music, as long as those activists are not operating out of a platform of despair. And that's what the exciting aspect, I think, of Music to Life is. Most of these artists see a problem, but they're most hopeful because inherently in seeing the problem is the desire to offer a solution or steps towards a solution. I'm gonna start a revolution. I'm gonna take it to the street. I'm gonna smile at every solitary person that I meet. I'm gonna wave at total strangers, no matter where they're from. I'm gonna start a revolution. Yeah. I'm gonna win it one by one.
All right. Thanks, Dad. Moving right along. Now I'm looking into Beny's, there he is. I think I see him. He's got such an amazing background. Beny, how are you? Beny Esguerra, thanks for being here. Hello.
How are you doing?
You were hidden among all the decoration of your room. I was like, is he still there? But yeah, remind me where you are. Where are we finding you?
I'm based in Toronto, also known as Toronto, which is Dish with One Spoon Treaty Territory up here in Turtle Island, Canada.
Thank you. Excellent. Great. Well, I wanted to ask you one thing we should know about you as an activist artist. What would you say? Or a social change artist? What's one thing we should know?
One thing, I was born in Colombia, in present-day Colombia, in traditional Muisca territory, Bacatá, also known as Bogota. And we had to leave with my family, who are also artists and activists. We had to flee as refugees. And we arrived in Canada, and at a young age, that allowed me to become aware of many issues from a young age. And it was through music that I was able to have an outlet and find myself and be able to also pass on that knowledge to other people.
That's lovely, which is exactly what you're doing. We want to give you you're set to do that. So please go ahead, take it away.
All right.
Nice to have you with us.
Pleasure to be here. Clap along. Yes, and that was an instrumental piece, and the purpose was to introduce to you some of the traditional instruments that I play, but also how I incorporate other more contemporary instruments. And these instruments inform everything that I do. They're a symbol of cultural resistance. This is an indigenous flute that is thousands of years old, that comes from the world's tallest coastal mountain in present-day Colombia, where I'm from. The mountain is called Sierra Nevada, and up there are 5 indigenous nations. It's so tall that even though it's in the Caribbean, at the very top, there's snow. It's a snow-capped mountain. And I also have the drums with me that have their origins in West Africa, but they are also played in Colombia. So this is the music that inspires me, and also that I use for my compositions, and that I also teach with. So the next piece that I want to introduce is actually a news clip to for you to get an idea of some of the work that I do in my community in Jane and Finch in North York, Toronto. So it's I'm a musician, and I create and compose original conscious music. I just put out an album on Friday that you should all check out. It's in my website, which is in my name, newtraditionmusic.com. And it's all conscious music that features these instruments, but also ideas from hip-hop culture. I'm also an arts educator. I go to schools in my province and in my city, and I bring this music as well to the youth, and we put together final concerts. I also teach in universities. But the work that I'm probably the most proud of is the community work that I do. I run a mobile recording studio in a community where there are a lot of tensions between different neighborhoods that have been going on for a really long time. And the idea is to create collaborations between the different neighborhoods where, artists from would usually not collaborate. So we set up on one day on one side of the community, record the artist there. Then another day we set up on another side of the community, record the artist there, and put together a final album every year. So we just, in August, we released our 3rd album, which is called Wheel It Studios Volume 3, Write It Out, which you should check out as well. The website is wheelitstudios.com. And you'll be able to hear the collaborations that take place. And really, the purpose of this project is to create a culture of peace, so that it's long-lasting and it has long-lasting effects in our community. You can run the video now.
A lot of families are broken on Cheyenne River, just kind of in general in Indian country.
I support this because it's something that's always been needed on our reservation. As a child, I was one of those that was almost adopted out.
I'm really glad it's here. It's on the reservation. It's really needed here on our reservation. A lot of our children are taken away and we never see them again.
If I don't like you, you my enemy. Cause I don't keep no fake friends or friend in me.
It means a lot to my community because even when I was younger, I wish I had more programs like this going on.
Yeah, I bet the money wouldn't change, that change wouldn't change.
In an area where many have written them off, there was a glimmer of hope as a number of up-and-coming artists got the opportunity to showcase their passion for music through a program giving back to the youth and young adults in the Jane and Finch area.
So the project came about where there was a lack of studio space in the community. A lot of the studios that were already here, the recording studios, they were shut down or they lost funding.
So with COVID-19 safety precautions in mind, the group set up this mobile studio. It was a way to engage artists in the Jane and Finch community. The mobile studio helps artists so they don't have to travel by coming to their backyards. The group would also allow socially distanced private lessons to learn the aspects of beat making, music theory, and mixing, for instance.
I'm LQ, rockin' Scott and Pippin's beat.
It feels really good. It feels like you're accomplishing something. It feels like you're getting things done. Because I'm working with good people, they're professional. They have a professional space down here.
Had to remember embers that did knock before they entered, then you'll know the flow.
The organizers say that this initiative is about more than music. This is why the mobile studio makes 2 stops in the north end and south end of the Jane and Finch community.
We're creating the possibility for both locations to contribute to each other's songs and each other's music. And then also through events, right? They get to listen to each other's music and they get to work on a unified project together.
There's lots of various politics and dynamics that play out in our community, and bringing youth together is of utmost importance because it's bridging the gaps that exist.
The culmination of this project that started back in December resulted in an 11-track album featuring artists from Jane and Finch. If you'd like more information on the program, you can head to our website, citynews.ca/extras. Money from the album goes towards funding future projects to help youth and young adults in the community.
Me, cause I already know you ain't got no green. You ain't got no green.
Brandon Rose, City News.
Yes, that was the video. And so that features a little bit of the story of the mobile recording studio that I lead and I co-lead. And please check out newtraditionmusic.com. You'll be able to find more information. You'll be able to find my contact information as well. If you're interested in getting the music, and if you're interested in some of the music videos that we've put together. This final piece is entitled Community Work, and it's featured on my Juno-nominated album called A New Tradition Volume 2, Return of the Queasy. I'm on Volume 3 already. And I'm just going to run it. I'll run the instrumental and I'll keep talking about it. But essentially, this piece is to celebrate all those people in our communities, all the people in the front lines that have been holding us up for so many years, including this one and the last one with the pandemic, all the people working in shelters and hospitals, working with youth, working with elders. These are the real heroes that we should hold up every day, but sometimes they get forgotten. So this goes out to all those people in our communities who do the positive and productive work that hold us up. Community work is the name of the piece. When I point at you, I want you to say, in the hood. Here we go. In the hood, there's a lot of love. Not just about illegal drugs and crime. Positive, productive activities go on all the time. There's a lot of love. Not just about illegal drugs and crime. Positive, productive activities go on all the time. They say live free spiritually with no attachments, but I can't detach my work from life in government apartments, cause change that's really urgent starts at home and where you're working. So I wrote this letter for you. This is a homage to you, those on the front lines, change seekers, change makers, real leaders, real mentors, all community caretakers, youth workers, support staff, early childhood educators, peace cultivators, poverty eliminators. For taking calls at late hours of the night, cause you know your clients' lives don't just work from 9 to 5. For all the thank yous that you never receive, for all the love that you give, for all the pain you relieve. Overworked, underpaid, all your dues overpaid. Give your life but no tribute ever made for all the change that you created. I wrote this note to salute you, cause it's time you're celebrated. There's a lot of love in the hood, not just about illegal drugs and crimes. Positive, productive activities go on all the time. There's a lot of love, not just about illegal drugs and crimes. Positive, productive activities go on all the time. For every tear you ever wiped, every hand you ever held, every smile you ever brought, everyone you always helped, guarding victims of abuse and violence, listening to stories of pain and anguish. For every funeral attended, every life that you lamented, every conflict that you ended, every cause that you defended, every gesture, every effort, grant submitted, applications, working years and still no pension, every sacrifice we thank you for not turning youth away, cause they may live far away, for not sending seniors home, cause the funds may have been done for running program, taking from your bank account, while struggling to feed yourself, you stay up every round. When you live in a police state, jail becomes our kids' fate. Your work is so important, it's our only hope at this rate. Thank you for bringing the neighbor back to the hood. Thank you for building our communities and highlighting the good. Thank you very much. That was community work, and that's my time. Once again, my name is Ruben Beny Esguerra, and you can find me at newtraditionmusic.com. Instagram is New Tradition Music. Facebook, New Tradition Music. You can Google New Tradition Music. Peace and much love.
Thank you, Beny. I can just imagine the kind of healing and light and love that you bring to your communities. Thank you so much. And again, we got a PayPal QR code there to tip these amazing artists. We've got links in the comments box. Thank you for being with us. Really, really appreciate it. All right, now we get to go back to Kristen Graves. And Kristen, I think I'm just gonna, in the interest of time, I'm just gonna toss right over to you because I know you can take it away, and I know you've got an eye on wrapping up on time. So I'm excited to hear your set, and let's just get right to it.
Thank you. Well, thank you for having me. I'm so glad to be here, of course, and I'm really glad to meet Lauren and Beny. This is the first time we've all been together, so this is so cool. Make new friends. And I'm actually in Toronto as well. And I am working on my PhD, and it's a really great place to be doing that. So Beny, I look forward to us connecting hopefully soon. And when it comes to acknowledging the land, I would like to invite us all to consider what land we are on and where we are and what we can do to be learning from the land and not just thinking about who the land belonged to and who walked on it, but what we can learn from that, because that's where the hope is. So this song is dedicated to the Missouri River. down to the river is where I can find peace and comfort, and a hope can shine. Down to the river is where I can go. The rushing water soothes my soul. It soothes my soul. When the day is too long, beauty pushes me on. Glide down the stony bank. No more worries today. Down to the river to tell me what I know. Oh, no more sorrow. To joy I will hold. Oh, down to the river. To the sea, yeah. I got my sisters and brothers. We're singing sweet harmony, yeah. When my strength is gone, well, love moves me along. I float above the rocks and troubles drift away, yeah. Oh, when the darkness comes, I know it won't be long. Lay down my heavy load, leave my burden and let go. Down to the river is where I can see the grace in struggle, and then let it be. So thank you for listening to that. I have a video that we're going to show, and now if you were listening, I told you I'm in Toronto, but I dedicated that song to the Missouri River, and if you are thinking, geographically, that makes no sense, you are correct. So I spend a lot of time on the Cheyenne River Sioux Tribe Reservation, which is in South Dakota, and I have been working really hard to be a part of something that is really groundbreaking, and that is building a foster home village on the reservation. The reason for this, as we've been learning so much about the boarding school era and the history of boarding schools in the United States and in Canada, and just the troubled loss of generations that happened due to the cultural genocide following the actual genocide, one of the ways that we are trying to help make this better is by making sure that the foster care system does not become an extension of the boarding school era, and making sure that children who are placed in foster care are still able to stay connected to who they are, stay connected to their land, stay connected to their community. And that is the spirit in which we are building this. We're working in consultation with the elders and the community, and it's just really incredible. So I hope you like learning about the project.
A lot of families are broken on Cheyenne River, just kind of in general in Indian country.
I support this because it's something that's always been needed on our reservation. As a child, I was one of those that was almost adopted out.
I'm really glad it's here. It's on the reservation. It's really needed here on our reservation. A lot of our children are taken away and we never see them again.
It's going to be a Lakota-oriented atmosphere.
They get to grow up here and be amongst their own people and hopefully relearn their culture.
We want to keep our children home where they can connect with us.
Being here, the parents could come and see them, and then they could be taught the culture.
Every kid is in survival mode. That's all they do is they're just here to survive. So with the Children's Village and having a family, it gives them hope and it gives the community hope.
Our children need this. It'll make them proud of who they are. They will know where they came from.
So, with that, I will sing what has become kind of our theme song, which is Leading with Hope. This is called Keep Hope Alive. Met a little girl yesterday. She's so poor, doesn't even have a name. But mom and dad, they love her. Just can't feed her or her brother. Hunger like that, you can't even pray. So I'm singing for hope, I'm singing for life, I'm singing for change tonight. And you can tell me that I'm wasting my time, but someone has to keep hope alive. Little boy living on the prairie, here's a story of when the West was free. And he's too young to think it, but with one last broken promise, he says, would the world even miss me? So I'm singing for hope, I'm singing for life, I'm singing for change tonight. And you can tell me that I'm wasting my time, but someone has to keep hope alive. Well, what can I do from my lucky side? I can barely write down a song. Well, I can take just one stride, pull their hands in mine and hold on. So I'm singing for hope, I'm singing for life, I'm singing for change tonight. And you can tell me that I'm wasting my time, but someone has to keep hope alive. Yeah. Oh, someone has to keep hope alive. Yeah, yeah. We are gonna keep hope alive. So, I will just do one last song. Thank you so much for having me and for supporting artists and supporting this work. I'm part of a divided household right now, so my husband is actually in South Dakota doing that, and you'll be happy to know that we've actually made progress since that video. There are now 3 homes there, and a therapy space is being placed next month, so the foundation is dug and prepped. And originally, when we were getting ready for this, Liz said, you have to show something, because I make music with the kids we work with all the time. And she just pointed out, you need to show them that you can swing a hammer too, so I guess in the spirit of Peter, Paul, and Mary, I do got a hammer. So thank you all so much for being here. And the fight continues with a lot of hope. This is called Soldier. Some days I wonder, where do I go? I'm stranded on this dusty road. I'm stuck here, in between. It's like treading water midstream. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Some days I'm tired, don't wanna fight, but there's no stopping once you know it's right. My bones are weary, I'm ready to drop, but now's the time to rise on up. I'm a soldier, yeah, I'm a soldier. I don't need bullets or bombs. Oh, I'm a soldier, yeah, I'm a soldier. My weapon is my song, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, ooh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I got a hammer, I'm gonna hammer out love, and I got a song of defiance. I'm singing till we rise above. I'm a soldier, yeah, I'm a soldier, but I don't need bullets or bombs. Oh, I'm a soldier, yeah, I'm a soldier. My weapon is my song, yeah. My weapon, my weapon, my weapon is my soul. Oh, I'm a soldier, yeah, I'm a soldier. And my weapon, it is my soul. Thanks, everybody.
Amazing. Let's pull everybody in. Give a big wave. Oh my gosh, that was such a great note to pull. Oh my gosh. Oh, all of you. I just want to hold the space right here. I wish we could just pop out of the screen. Anyway, thank you everybody for being part of this. Really, be in touch with these artists, follow their work. Stay in touch with us, join our email list, like us through our various social media channels, and mark your calendars. Our next Brave Troubadours is coming up next month, the 18th of November. We're going to explore allyship in the spirit of giving thanks and coming together. Great to have you. Oh my gosh.
Thank you.
Stay in touch as we move forward. All the best to all of you.
And back to you.